This prison story is about when this guy broke into my house and I did the unthinkable to him. So, when I got out of prison, I went to Flint, Michigan. I didn't have no family, no friends, none of that. In fact, I didn't even want nobody knowing that I was home because, it's like y'all wasn't writing me, y'all wasn't picking up the phone for all the time I was locked up. So it was like, I ain't want to have that fake love. Oh, welcome home and all this and that. No, no, no. So I said, you know what? I was going to go ahead and hit the streets, get my money up, and then I'll show up, right? Something like how Scarface did with his mama. He waited till he became a millionaire, whatever, and he said, yeah, mama, your boy done did good. I did good for myself. But then she started hitting on him and threw him out the house, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I, I don't, I don't know why that was so funny to me. I was just watching that movie maybe about a week ago. But anyway, hey, let me ask y'all a question right quick. Let's do a quick poll. All right. Which is the best movie? Scarface, Juice, and when I say Juice, I'm talking about with Tupac and Bishop and all of them. So Scarface, Juice, or New Jack City. Them the only three right there. Don't add nothing to it. Scarface, Juice, or New Jack City. All right, y'all. Let's see in the comment section. All right, let's get back to it. So when I get released from prison, they give you a bus ticket to wherever you need to go. A bus ticket, and they give you $100, right? So I'm at the bus station, at the Greyhound bus station. And when I get on the bus, there's this light-skinned chick on the bus or whatever. And she's sitting like, I'm not going to say she's sitting across from me, or horizontally, like not in front of me, but on the side of me, basically. And I ain't gonna lie, man, she was alright. Like, she was real alright. She was like Beyonce or whatever, and I'm just getting out, whatever. So I ain't trying to be awkward because when you first get out of prison, man, you kind of awkward. You know what I'm talking about? You're nervous. You're jumping at everything. You know what I'm talking about? So we end up maybe about 2 hours in our ride or whatever. We end up stopping at the subway or whatever. So I get off the bus and I get to the counter and I'm ordering my food, and she walked up next to me and she was like, "Did you just get out of prison?" I was like, why you say that? She was like, "I don't know, you just got that prison look or whatever." I was like, yeah, I did. She was like, "Oh, okay, where you headed to?" I was like, "So I'm going to Flint, Michigan." She was like, "You is?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I'm going there too." So she told me her name was Michelle or whatever. And I said, "Okay, my name Dante." So we talking or whatever. And we get on the bus and she telling me about her life. She telling me that she is actually getting away from her abusive husband or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And we're just talking about it, whatever. So when we get to the Greyhound station in Flint, you know, we're talking. I'm like, "Hey, let me get your number." And she was like, okay, cool. So she wrote her number down or whatever. Now, at this time, y'all, this is when the cricket phones was out. Now, anybody that was born in the, I don't know, yeah, maybe the 2000s and up, y'all probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But the people, the people that's around my age and older, whatever, y'all know what the cricket phones are. So this when the cricket phones was out, and I end up going to this store with a cricket store, whatever, and get me one. It was I spent all my money on this phone, right? So I end up getting the phone or whatever, and I call her. I call her because it's maybe around 7 p.m. and I call her, and I'm like, "Hey, what you doing?" And she was like, just settling in." I said, you by yourself? She was like, yeah, I'm at a hotel. I said, oh, okay. I said, look, man, I ain't trying to, impose on you or anything, but I really ain't got nowhere to go. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, I don't got nowhere to go or whatever. She was like, well, you can come here. I'm on Miller Road at the Red Roof Inn. I was like, oh, okay, I bet. So she gave me the room number, whatever, and I started walking, right? Now, I'm walking from downtown, so anybody in Flint, Michigan, y'all know that's a stroll. You talking about, I walked from, I'm going to say, what street is that? Court Street. I took Court Street all the way down to, I want to say Miller Road, Court Street. I was over there by the School of Death, right? So, and I just started walking down Miller Road, and eventually I got there. It took me probably about 3 hours to get there. So it's about 10 o'clock. So I knock on the door or whatever, and, she let me in. She was like, why you just didn't get on the bus? I was like, man, I ain't got no money. I spent all my money on the phone. And she was like, okay. So she was like, you want to get in the shower or something? I said, heck yeah, right? Because them prison showers, man, they be, man, I never, of all the time I was locked up, I probably had one decent shower, man. Either the water would be too hot, it'd be too cold. The temperature was never right. I think that was just a psychological warfare game that they played on us, man, on all inmates. Don't ever get them no type of comfort, right? So I hop up in the shower, man, and I'm sitting there, and I'm feeling the water go down my body, man, and I start crying. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I know. A lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, big bad Dante. Big bad Dante crying in the shower. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all while I was crying. Because in prison you can't cry. You understand? Even though there's every night men cry in prison. Every night they cry. For one reason or another, because they don't want to be here. They lost a loved one. They going to whatever, they missing something out there in the streets that they can't get to or whatever. So a lot of men cry in prison. Me, I didn't cry. Nah, I didn't cry. I was too tough for that because I felt that I ran a strict program, a real strict program. And I had to be the man of all men in prison. And what came with that, I couldn't show no type of weakness, 0 ounce of weakness. So I had to hold all my tears in. You understand? Now, I ain't going to sit up there and say I didn't want to cry sometimes in prison. Yeah, I cried inside a lot, due to loneliness and wanting to be out with my family and friends abandoning me. But, hey, now I'm here in the future. And I'm standing in the shower, butt naked, crying. Now, I didn't realize how loud I was crying. You understand? I didn't realize it. And I know some of y'all thinking like, yo, Dante, when we gonna get to the part when the person broke into your house? Yo, chill out, man. Y'all is so impatient. Anyway, so I didn't hear the girl, Michelle, knock on the door. I didn't hear her open the door, right? And at that point, man, she like opened the shower. She was like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." And I just kept crying, right? So she got in the shower. That's right. She got in the shower with her clothes on, and she held me like she was holding me from the back or whatever, like holding me, and she put her face on my back or whatever, just hold me. I'm just trying to show y'all the scene, paint the picture for y'all. So I turned around and I'm holding her or whatever, and I can't go into detail of what happened because uh, YouTube don't allow suggestive talking on the platform. So y'all just gonna have to go with y'all imagination of what happened next. Um, so anyway, I handle business, from the shower to the bed or whatever. I handle my business. So then, you know, I go to sleep. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I probably handle business for a maximum of maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Like, I mean, listen, man, I just got out of prison, man. What do you expect? Right? But I guarantee you that was the best 5, 6 minutes of her life. But anyway, y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't hit the like button yet. So, you know, I'm passed out sleep. I just bust a hemoshimo nut, right? And I'm knocked out. I'm knocked out cold. I'm talking about cold. So I'm laying there and I'm like, man, hold up. Now, as I'm laying in the bed, now this is the real important part, y'all, that y'all gotta understand. I'm laying in the bed and I feel this, like, because I'm touching my face at this point. When when a girl laying next to you or whatever, and you laying on your back and she laying on her side or whatever, and you like holding her or whatever. Well, it was like that, but then I felt something wet or whatever, and I'm touching my face, but it's kind of sticky. I'm like, what the? So when I open my eyes, she's laying there, bloodied up, like like blood all over her. So I jump up, right? And I'm like, what the? And then obviously, y'all, was dreaming because I just woke up and she was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, I'm sorry, man. I just had a nightmare or something. She was like, what is it? I said, man, you was laying there all bloodied up or whatever. And she was like, okay, well, go back to sleep. Now, y'all, I'm on prison time. And prison time is basically when you get up every day at a certain time. That's just how your body is trained. So it's around that time. It's 6 o'clock, right? So Dante's up. I'm up and about. I get on the floor, start hitting my sit-ups, start hitting my push-ups. This is how I was programming every morning, which I need to get back to doing, man, because right now, y'all, I'm a slouch. So after I do my regimen or whatever, now it's about 7:30. Now I'm outside, on my prison routine. I'm outside and I'm jogging around the hotel complex or whatever. So when I come back in, the girl ain't there. So I'm like, okay, maybe she stepped out or whatever. So y'all know checkout is 11 o'clock, so it's about 9:50. So I go down there and I, eat the continental breakfast. Hey, side story. Back when I was 19, when I was living in Covington, Georgia, right? This what I used to do. There was this hotel, this big hotel, like right outside my neighborhood or whatever. And what I would do, like every other morning or every 2 mornings or whatever, I would get up early around about 7:30, 7:45, and I would go there and be eating the continental breakfast like I got a room there. Yeah, Dante was on some bum ass shit. But it is what it is, man. Hey, I didn't always have a little money, man. I've been broke, more than I had a little bit of money in my life. So hey, you could call that a survival move. Maybe that might be a tip for some people that might, you know, be hungry or whatever. Man, y'all better go to them hotels to get that continental breakfast and act like you belong there too. Actually, I'm thinking about probably going to a hotel Well, it's too late now. Well, I might go to a hotel tomorrow and get some breakfast. So what y'all talking about? Anyway, y'all hit that like. Matter of fact, let me know in the comment section, have y'all ever done that? So, all right, let's get back to the story. So now, I eat the breakfast and I go back upstairs to the room. Keep in mind, I never closed the door because I don't know where this chick at, right? And I don't want to lock myself out. So I go back in the room and I lay back down because I ain't got nothing else to do. So housekeeping roll up at 11 o'clock on the dot and be like, housekeeping, and, she come in, this little short Mexican lady, whatever. And she was like, oh, are you getting extended hours? I said, I don't know. This is not my room. And she was like, oh, okay, well, you're going to have to go. And I was like, well, this is my friend room. And she was like, well, can you call your friend? Where's she at? So I'm calling the girl, and she ain't answering the phone. And I'm calling, and then it just goes straight to voicemail. So I'm like, okay, well, all right. So I was like, all right, so I'll leave out the hotel, right? So there's this homeless shelter called My Brother's Keeper that's downtown Flint, whatever. So, and how I got the information, the lady told me, the housekeeping lady told me, and I told you, I just got out of prison, whatever. And, do she know any places I can go or whatever? She told me about the place or whatever, so I get to strolling that way, right? As I'm walking, I see one of my cousins, my cousin Calvin, and he hit a U-turn in the street. Like, he hit a whole U-turn in the street and jumped out the car like, Donta, man, what's up, man? Man, you done got big, bro, man. When you get out, man, get in the car, He grabbed my bag, whatever, put in his car. So I get in the car with him, right? And he like, man, why you ain't tell us you got out, man? I was like, shoot, man, you know how it is. He was like, man, it's good to see you, man. Where you living at? Where you staying? I was like, on the real, man, I'm really homeless, man. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm homeless. He was like, man, no, man, F that, man. Ain't no cousin of mine going. Listen, man, I got a spot for you. It ain't that big, and, it's kind of run down, but, I mean, it's a house. It's a house for you. I said, all right. So we pull up on the south side, right? Over there by the river. Y'all know where them apartments at. Right there by that bend when you going towards downtown. It's a little house right there in the neighborhood or whatever. So we pull up to it. He's like, yeah, cuz, man, hey, it's good to see you, man, but I gotta roll, bro. I gotta roll. Here go a key or whatever, this your house now. I said, all right, bet. Now, we're going to fast forward to about, let's say 3 months later. Now I'm making some money. I got the house laid out and everything, right? Everything good. So I'm going to that corner store. I'm not sure what the name of that street called, but it's a corner store right down the street. Well, a couple of streets down or whatever. And as I'm coming out the store or whatever, I see the chick. Michelle again. But she looking messed up. When I say messed up, I'm talking about like a fiend out, like a fiend. And I'm like, Michelle? And she looking at me. She was like, what you want? And then I guess she recognized who I was. She was like, oh, she got to, acting like, when you do with your hands, with your thumb and your middle finger, your index finger, you snap it like trying to guess who, like, oh, Donta, the prison guy. I said, yeah. So she gave me a hug, whatever. She stinked it. She stinked bad. So she was like, I said, well, what happened to you, man? She was like, oh, I don't know, but it's good to see you. Now, I felt like, it was my job to help her out because, despite her ghosting me or whatever, she did look out for me. So I said, like, how you doing, man? And she was like, I mean, look at me. You know, I'm doing bad. My damn husband, ex-husband or whatever that been kicking my ass, whatever that I've been running from, he done found me. And I mean, I'm just messed up out here, man. I said, where he at now? She was like, I don't know. He's somewhere, but I don't even care. So I was like, all right. I said, do you want to come back to my place and, get a shower or something? She was like, yeah, I do need a shower. So we walking. I'm like, man, what you, like, you do drugs or whatever? She was like, yeah, I do. I mean, shoot, it ain't nothing else to do around here. And I'm like, oh, man. So when we pull up to the house, she was like, okay, this your place? I was like, yeah, this my spot. Yeah, this my spot. My cousin let me stay here, whatever. She was like, oh, okay. So she she got in the shower and, I took out one of my white tees and I had like these Adidas tearaway jogger shorts or whatever. So I gave it to her when she got out or whatever. This is where this story is finna go left, y'all. So I tell her, hey, I'm going to be right back. I'm about to go do something. Which what I was about to go do, I had no business doing. But, hey, it is what it is, right? And I'm not telling y'all what I did, especially because some of y'all be trying to call the police on me about old criminal activities that I was involved in. But anyway, so I bounced out the house, right? And maybe I was naive. Maybe I don't know why I did this, but I left her there, right? I come back to the house, y'all. I come back to the house. My TV gone. My PlayStation 1 gone because I ended up getting a PlayStation 1. I had this MP3 player gone. My microwave was gone. And I had like $300 and something in the top drawer. Gone. And I'm like, man, what the right? So I'm calling. Of course, the phone disconnected or whatever, right? So I'm mad to the mother. I'm mad. I was gone for maybe about 2 hours. And I'm sitting on my bed, salty like a mother. I'm like, man, man, right? We gonna fast forward a whole month later, right? So I'm downtown, and I see her, right? She arguing with some dude or whatever, and she looking crazy. So I approached her. I said, hey, Michelle. When she looked and she tried to run, I just grabbed her. I said, man, why did you steal my shit, man? Why did you steal my shit, man? She was like, I don't know. I needed some drug money or whatever. I don't know. I said, Michelle, that was wrong, man. That was real fucked up, right? And she was like, well, I'm sorry. I'm messed up out here too, right?
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my movie and my gaming channel. I'ma have that link pinned at the top of the comment section. Also, y'all subscribe to Stacy's Storytime. She's tell phenomenal stories just like myself. And if y'all feeling generous, make sure y'all leave me a tip. I'm accepting Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal. Until next time, y'all take care. I'm gone.